Hello YouTube, this is Mike Dunn878. I got a standard match. I actually bring an Eevee-lution team, so Eevee-lutions don't tend to do too well in OU because there's tons of fighting types, tons of U-turning, so bug/fighting just pretty much wrecks every Eevee-lution team. But see how it goes. I lead with Umbreon, he leads infernape. Terrible news for me, so I'm gonna have to switch something out to take that close combat, obviously, or I'm just gonna be obliterated. So I switched in Vaporeon. He went straight for the close combat because he knew, nothing on my team is going to be able to take this well. Even Leafeon going to take it magnificently. Anyway, he gets the Life Orb all Ash. I get my lefties. Yeah, I'm still going to be easily 2-hit KO'd. But he goes for the U-turn. I guess he was expecting my switch. Now that U-turn still does a lot, and I went for the Scald on his switch. I should have really went for the Wish. I went for the Scald. It doesn't really matter too much, as you can see later on. So now I went for the Scald, and that does a lot to Espeon, so judging by how much it did, I know it's an offensive set. Because a defensive Espeon could take that no problem, base 95 defense, or special defense. So I switched to Umbreon to take the predicted Psychic, but he actually goes for Shadow Ball, which works out in my favor too, and I see his Espeon has Life Orb as well. So I know it's offensive, so I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch. Expecting him to overpredict and go for like the HP fighting or something. Even though that wouldn't nearly kill me because I'm especially defensive, but whatever. Anyway, he brings infernape now, and I switch back into Vaporeon to take the second close combat. It's easily going to be able to KO me. And this infernape is just a huge problem this entire match because the only thing I could kill it with was Espeon, and if I had Espeon out, he's just gonna switch out to something that can take the hit. So Infernape is probably going to be the last one I'm going to end up taking down. Anyway, I switched to my Jolteon after he close combats, because I know I'm easily going to be able to KO that with Thunderbolt after his defense drops, but he switches in the Electivire with the Motor Drive to take the Thunderbolt. I sort of seen that coming, but I actually didn't look at his team previews, so anyway, I know it's a physical Electivire because all of them are. So I'm easily going to be able to take any move he dishes out, even an Ice Punch. He goes for Earthquake, over predicting. So that was good for me because I didn't really take anything from it. And I didn't know if he was going to stay in or not. I had to predict if he was actually choiced or not. I assumed he was. So I went for the Leaf Blade. He brings in a Bronzong. It doesn't really do anything to it because it's a Bronzong. It has amazing defenses and it resists. So I figured he'd set up Stealth Rock now. So now's a good time to get in my Umbreon and start setting up because the worst thing this Bronzong could probably do is just Toxic me. And by the time Toxic starts wearing me down, I'm just going to Baton Pass out. So, I really don't care about being Toxic. Plus I have the Lumberry, so I'll have one turn of not being Toxic. Anyway, he does what I thought he would do. He goes for the Toxic. I have the Synchronize. Synchronize can't do anything with Steel type who Toxics me, whatever. So anyway, I cure with my Lumberry. I'm at +1 right now because of the Curse. +1 defense and attack. Anyway, I go for a second Curse. I'm still faster than him, which is kind of funny, considering I don't really have high base speed. Anyway, I got +2 at this point. He goes for another Toxic. And I'm just going to go for another Curse here. Because I know I can easily just Curse again. And even if he sends an Infernape at this point, Infernape's not going to be able to KO me at +3. I'll probably survive with at least 50. Anyway, he goes for the Earthquake here, and yeah, he gets a critical hit, and that does a shit ton. I didn't expect it to do so much. I'm not a defensive Umbreon, I'm a specially defensive one. So that critical hit made it do a lot, but then he does that Gyro Ball, and it does nothing. Because my speed and everything, so he should have went for another Earthquake. But anyway, I Baton Pass out to my Flareon, but since he has Rocks up, my Flareon's, going to be crippled right off from the start. But I just want to get a little mini sweep off of Flareon, that's all I want to do. All I want to do is just kill this Bronzong, so Espeon can try to kill the rest of his team. And I go for a +3 Flame Charge, and it lives with like nothing. It lives with a smidgen there. So I think I'm gonna put more attack EVs on this Flareon just so I can guarantee that KO. Maybe 70 more attack EVs, and I'll take them out of special defense or something. Anyway, he goes for the second Earthquake. That's not going to be able to quite KO me. And I go for another Flame Charge, and +2 speed, so I'm still -1 speed because I had 3 curses. But I've actually changed this set since then, and if you baton pass negative stat changes to a Pokemon with White Herb, the White Herb will eliminate all negative stat changes. So I've changed his item to White Herb anyway. Brings in Dragonite, he Dragon Claws me, and I actually live it. And I go for the return, does quite a bit of damage considering he probably has that Dream World ability. And he goes for a second Dragon Claw, you know, finish me off, whatever. And at this point, I didn't think he was Choice Scarfed. I didn't think he was, because his Electivire is already Choice Scarfed. But apparently he is Choice Scarfed, because he's faster than my Jolteon, who I made to outspeed base 115. So he's faster than my Jolteon. But I'm a bulky Jolteon, so I can easily take that Dragon Claw and just KO it with Hidden Power Ice. And I lived that even after Stealth Rocks, so good job, Jolteon. Anyway, he brings in his Infernape here. He's just going to KO me with the Mach Punch. I couldn't really switch out because then I just died of rocks later on. I didn't really have anything else that would like taking a Mach Punch that well, besides Leafeon, but then he just Fire Blast the next turn. So anyway, I bring in Espeon to scare him out with the Psychic. He brings in Electivire. And I thought for sure this would be a 2-hit KO on Electivire, but apparently it has really good special defense, and it takes that no problem. So I just switched to my Umbreon at this point as Death Fodder, and he goes for the Giga Impact. I guess he wanted to make sure that he KO'd my Espeon. I'm not really too sure of that logic, because like a Wild Charge plus Stab would be stronger than Giga Impact. It would have less risk, but whatever. His move. Anyway, I know he has to recharge, so I bring in Espeon for the 2-hit KO with the Choice Scarf Psychic. He doesn't have anything he can switch into a Psychic at this point because I did KO his his Bronzong, so he has no Psychic Resist. And he brings in his Rotom at this point. I'm fearing that his Choice Specs, so I switched into my Leafeon to take the Thunderbolt or the Water move. But it wasn't Choice Specs. It ends up being, I think, Life Orb or something like that. But anyway, he's going to switch out into his Infernape when I bring the Leafeon in, and I go for the Synthesis on the switch because I want to be able to guarantee that I can survive this Infernape's next hit. And I predicted him to overpredict that I'd switch to Espeon, so he U-turns to overpredict me, and he gets hit by my Rocky Helmet plus Life Orb. And I know he's going to have to switch back into the Rotom because I overpredicted this, so I went for the Leaf Blade on his Rotom, and I was positive this would KO, but apparently it doesn't, so I have to actually add some attack EVs to my Leafeon as well, who's just a defensive wall, so it has no attack EVs, so I think 40 should do. Anyway, he KOs me with the Hydro Pump easily because, you know, our Leafeon doesn't have amazing special defense. So, I'm just going to bring in Choice Scarf Espeon. He's my last Pokemon at this point. And I'm easily going to be able to outspeed and KO the Rotom. And his Infernape can't do shit to me because I'm faster. His Mach Punch wouldn't be able to KO with a critical hit. So, that's just game at that point. Yeah, Mach Punch wouldn't be able to KO with a critical hit. And, I was going to be able to Psychic for the win, and this is actually a really fun match. I won't lie, it's a really fun match. Although I was fighting an OU team, it was still a lot of fun, and I really liked it. It really helped me understand, you know, what their weaknesses and that were the team itself. So there's a lot of team rebuilding to do, but I'm hoping to get them raring to go again. And this is Mike Dunn 878, and I'll upload again soon. So stay tuned.